What's your take on celebrity sex tapes?
Celebrity sex tapes are usually fake and staged, and but whatever, they want to do it.
Do you have do you have one that you like, or do you just not like any of them?
The only one that I've ever seen is the Pamela Anderson one.
That one wasn't fake.
Yeah, that was the original, right?
That was like the original celebrity sex tape.
And then everyone just wanted to try to recreate it.
I mean, there's the Kim Kardashian tape. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that?
No.
Never watched it.
No.
How do you feel, being in the porn industry, sort of how Kim Kardashian is portrayed? Because she ultimately became famous from a porn tape or a sex tape or whatever you want to call it, and, it's kind of part of her story, but she sort of obviously accomplished a lot more than just that, but what's your take on the whole thing?
I think that she's a smart businesswoman. And she's a hustler, and I'm not going to deny anyone's right to their own hustle. Everyone is different, and if that's how they want to achieve fame and fortune, then whatever. I'm kind of indifferent to it, to be honest.
I feel you. Do you think it's going to continue? Do you think that people are going to continue being famous off of sex tapes?
I probably. I mean,
because this is
a taboo
essentially
subject.
Like for example, I've talked to Vivid. I've talked to Steve Hirsch a few times on camera, and like in the 80s, the business was to be a Vivid contract girl. I don't know if you're familiar with that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like Vivid's thing was they had this set of like super hot girls. Mm-hmm. And they got paid like a yearly salary or a monthly salary, however it's laid out, and they could only shoot for Vivid.
Yeah.
Right? These days there are no Vivid contract girls.
No, I think Allie Hayes was one, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah, it's not really there anymore. I mean, really the business now is the celebrity sex tapes, and that's really Vivid's primary business. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like, that's really where it's going, and that's like one of the biggest companies. Mm-hmm. So it's sort of an interesting type of phenomenon where regular porn just doesn't, they don't even put it out anymore.
Yeah, a lot of companies are either going under or have gone under, or you have to stick with the times and whatever means necessary. And if that means is celebrity sex tapes, then there you go.
There you go.
Sex sells. That's always been the case for forever. So, well, not forever, but.
Wesley told me something kind of interesting that I never quite thought about it before, but he said, everybody does porn. There just happens to be a camera around when we do it.
Yeah. It's
Everybody does porn.
Yeah. Because everyone grew up with it. Like, especially, like, I find that young people these days, because everyone has smartphones too, you can literally just watch porn on your phone. So there's not the whole trying to hide it from your parents aspect.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember, and I'm showing my age a little bit with this statement, but I remember being in elementary school, and there was a Hustler magazine that was passed around the neighborhood and hidden under beds and in the back of closets, and it'd be like you'd have that one magazine, then you'd have to give it to someone else, and then but that was the only way to get any sort of porn. And now you could set up a Twitter account and just, like Twitter doesn't even edit it out.
Yeah.
It's like you could put on full blown penetration, everything else like that, right there on Twitter. That's as far as you have to look.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I feel like everyone's becoming steadily more and more desensitized. Because I remember when I was young, just seeing vanilla sex was crazy. But then as times go on, you need the extreme stuff. Like, people want to see girls getting DP'd and anal and gaping and gangbangs and blah, all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.